Okay, it's there now.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
My name is Mary Evjukian, and I'm a senior UX designer. Gunsmith itself has a whole new environment. It is an updated interface that makes it feel like you are in a gunsmithing space.
My name is Ben Garnell, principal artist. They're going to see, first of all, the M4 platform. And what you're going to notice is not only in this title are you able to change out the stock, optic, etc., but this
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gaming Hour podcast, man. It's good to be back out here, man. Cowboy, how you been, man? Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back.
Man,
to the
I've been
Gaming
pretty
Hour
good.
podcast,
I'm
man. It's good to be back out here, man.
been pretty good,
Cowboy,
just
how you
doing
been,
my
man?
thing, man. You know me, aka King of Content, and so I just been doing content like crazy. Yeah, man, just living and loving life, brother.
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah. Because I noticed that I missed a few things this past 5 or 6 weeks that I've been absent.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I missed a lot.
oh yeah.
I missed a lot of content out here, man. Oh well, it's all good, man. We live and learn, and we step forward. We keep doing it. So,
Oh yeah.
so what you been playing, man? I know you've been playing that PS5 a lot. You know what I mean? So break it
Yeah,
down. What have you
man.
been playing?
You know, once upon a time, somebody I know, I ain't gonna say no names, harassed me and said you need to get a PS5, and and so
Yeah.
eventually I did get a PS5, man, last May, and it's been a ride. Like, as you know, I was a big Stadia fan, and I think the thing is, and I said this a couple times while you was gone, right? I said you don't know how powerful something is until you play something more powerful, and I think that's why PC people always say, "Y'all guys don't get it." Well, in the console realm, I went from a PlayStation Plus Premium, PlayStation Plus 4, hold up, PlayStation 4 Pro to Stadia. And so I was like blown away because it was loading was faster, graphics looked really good, right?
Yeah.
And I did the unthinkable. My favorite game, Marvel Avengers, as you know, I end up playing it on PlayStation 5. So I've been playing this game for over 2 years. And I said, on Stadia though, right? And I said, oh, let me check it out on PlayStation 5 because it's free. And boy, oh boy. One, it graphically was stunning, right? It was better. And if anybody could tell a difference, is me because I played that game for 2 years, right? And two, bro, I only ever seen a load screen once in all the times I've been playing it. And on Stadia, every time I went to like group up with characters, we always had to watch a load screen. We watched the big load screen with all the characters come on the screen, right? PlayStation 5. So when I think of next gen, when people say what is next gen, I feel like next gen is just doing something that you couldn't do before. So
Correct.
like
Yeah.
faster loading, right?
Yep.
Like nothing remarkable. Don't have to blow you around, blow the world up. But the lack of loading on my favorite game, and then when I get into like, me, I used to give you a hard time, but imagine if you didn't have to load a game. Then I start thinking, okay, let's say it take me an hour to load Marvel Avengers, right? Cool, that's awesome. So let's say I could skip that hour on the cloud, then that's great. But just think of if I was playing a game for 2 years, and if I calculated how long it took me to load every single time I played the game over the hundreds of hours, that would definitely be longer than an hour. And on the PlayStation 5, there is no loading. Again, I seen the load screen once. So now when you start thinking of it that way, yeah, well, I load the game once or download the game once, but man, quick load time or no loading is pretty dope. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I've been playing Marvel Avengers. I've been playing I just been popping on games here and there. I played some Scorn. I put about 8 hours into Scorn. I played the musical shooting game. It's on Game Pass. It's like Doom, but you're supposed to shoot enemies in a rhythm.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I played some of that. I just been playing like whatever's at my disposal just for the hell of it. So I've been gaming.
That's cool, man. Because you know what, I was only gaming once a week, man. Because work is
Mhm.
crazy. I work really long hours, so I work like 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Sometimes it's pretty cool, but it's tiring. So I come home and just want to relax, eat, and just chill, man. But I've been catching up on your shows, other people's shows and stuff like that. But and what I noticed, yeah, when Gotham Knights hit, man, that was a big
Oh,
topic this past week, man. That was and then going back to what you said, you know, um, like what is next gen? Next gen to me, I agree with you that we're doing things differently than couldn't do last gen. You know what I mean? And the simple
right.
fact that to me, games should be 60 frames standard. If they're having problems being developing it in like 60 frames, they need to go back, say, hey, we're going to delay it a few months. We're going to see if we can get 60 frames. That's fine, man. Like, it sucks that games would get delayed sometimes, but it is what it is. If I have to wait for it to be better performing, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? So, and people, bashing things for being $70 to me, it sucks that some games going up to $70, right? It's like we miss the $60 things, you know what I'm saying? But time moves forward, things change, prices go up, so it's like it is what it is. Or you can wait for a sale. To me, it doesn't matter, man. And I always said that you can't put a price on experience. You know what I'm saying? Like if,
Yeah.
and I really made the point that if let's say let's say Nintendo really made this, like it's always a fan made thing, but imagine if they made Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine 5 and they sold it for $150. I would buy that game because I love that game. That you can't put a price tag with me on experience and having a good time with the game. So again, like but gaming without limits is very important. I'm glad you opened up your eyes to come back to console. And it's unfortunate, right? I kind of missed out on Stadia dying. I want to do, and I wasn't even going to crack jokes on it. Yeah, we had our little, bullet points, throwing some shots out there last year. But the fact is that it sucks that it's going away because,
Well, let me.
well, no, because I was going to say because,
Mhm.
like you always said, Stadia was cool because you can always join it without having a hardware. You know what I mean? To have it in your house, right? You can play it anywhere. And I kind of told my buddies that who couldn't afford a PC or couldn't find a new gen console, I was like, Stadia might be for you guys, man. If it works for you, you can get into the games that they have now for whatever costly a month or whatever the hell it was, and you could buy some games there. But unfortunately, they couldn't meet the quota. For me, they couldn't meet the quota standard of having more games and more people, and marketing was bad. So I like you were the Stadia guy last year. You grew like
Yeah.
you were a big fan of it. You know what I mean? I think the technology was there, but like I always said, man, I tried Stadia. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. And I was like, damn, bro, they're like up and down with this, and I hope they can fix something and bring more games. And that's the problem, right? They didn't have your games that you wanted to play now. They didn't have my games I wanted to play. I'm like, dude, if I was gonna game on the go, I would choose Stadia over anything because Stadia has the technology. But unfortunately, they're going to the wayside. So it is what it is on that.
Yeah. You know what's cool, man? I get to say this. Some people was right. Like, I hope Cloud hear this, but in the end, I mean, I know he was a little mean about it, but he was right, and a lot of people was right with Stadia, right? And a lot of people said this. They need the games now. I at the time didn't have a problem with the games because I was only playing Marvel Avengers. I told y'all many times, bro. It got my favorite game. I'm good, but my foresight was off because what I wasn't thinking is, well, what's going to happen when WWE come out? Because that's your game, right? And I think that was my breaking point. So I'm not sure if I ever told you this, but a couple people challenged me, said, "What are you going to do if Stadia don't get WWE?" And I was like, bro, if Stadia don't get WWE, then we're gonna have a problem. So then it was getting closer and closer. But I thought they would get it because they had the one before, right? They had the other game before, WWE Battleground. So I just thought, sure, they'll get it. So March came, and Stadia didn't get it, and I felt some type of way, but I said, well, they might. And I waited like 2 months, and I was like, you know what? At that point, I was like, now I can't be on a platform where, let's say, if a game trailer comes out and the game trailer doesn't show any logos, right? Zero logos. If I'm on a platform, I need a 80% assurance that that game without logos will come to my platform of choice. Now, the problem with Stadia, excuse me, it was about a 5% chance. Like if you seen a game, you just almost knew there was no way in hell you was going to see that on Stadia. And so that's actually what broke me, Jers, and made me say, I need a PS5. I got to get back on a side, or at least not like totally leave Stadia, but I need something in the background that if I see a cool game like Forspoken or Callisto Protocol or The Last Descended, I mean, I'm throwing
Yeah.
these names out, and I doubt those games would have came to Stadia. So when that happened and my mind clicked, then I was linking up with you and Cloud and a bunch of people that was like, bro, they got no games. Because somebody always said it's not a problem until they don't have your game, and that's what I was living off of Stadia having my game, and I didn't have a problem. But once they didn't have my game, then I was like, yo, I'm out. Not out, but I need something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you like we want the games.
We want the
Um,
games.
my cousin, he just got PlayStation Plus Premium. He's not a top tier gamer. He just, he wants to play whatever he can. He was playing Mafia, the rehashed one, Mafia 1, you know what I mean, from a while ago. That's the remake from Mafia. He said it was good. I was like, yeah, but it's 30 frames. He goes, I don't even know. I don't care. I don't care about 60, 100. I'm like, all right, so you're that type of guy. You just want to play the game. You don't care. You just want to experience. I'm like, that's fine. There's a lot of people out here like that. And I always said that 30 frames for next gen is should go away. Not that it makes the game terrible. It's just that I'm tired of personally of seeing 30 frames in the games. You know what I mean? These consoles are more than capable of running 60 frames. And I think it's no excuse when games come out that it's only 30 frames. And yes, some games are rushed. Some developers are lazy. Some they just want the game out there. And I totally appreciate that. It's hard work to make games, but at the same time, we want experience. We want quality, man. This is why we got these new gen consoles and people getting PCs. And unfortunately, Gotham Knights is only 4K 60 on PC. I think that's not good. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Line? You know what I mean? So running for only 4K 60, that's a problem for me, bro. And I was like, you know what? Me and my buddy, we were gonna pick it up, but we said, you know what? Let's wait. Until they optimize a little bit more down the road. It could be 6 months. It could be 4. It could be 2 weeks. I don't know. But until they do that, I'm not even gonna look at that game right now. Even though, dude, the game looks cool. You know what I mean? Like I I never got involved with a Batman game. People are like, what? Are you crazy? Yeah, my brother played it. He loves those games. But me, I was like, superheroes. You know what I'm saying? It's Batman is cool, but this one looked. I don't know, but something about this game in particular looks cool. Maybe because I don't know. I don't even know if the other ones were co-op because I never really got into.
They
It. My
wasn't.
brother just played. Huh? They weren't, right?
They wasn't.
They weren't. See, that's what I'm saying. The co-op experience with this drop in, drop out anytime. To me, that's amazing. You know what I mean? So I'm a co-op guy, dude. I'm a multiplayer guy now. Like, like I always said, my buddies are like kind of like weird because they're like, hey, Jers, why don't you like your single player games anymore? I was like, well, I do, but I moved on to co-op and multiplayer games now. Those are my cup of tea games right now. I just want to get involved with them a lot. For example, I just bought Modern Warfare 2 on PS5. I'm going to buy it for PC again because I want, the better quality and frames. But right now, PlayStation looks great. I don't have his Series X, so whoever has that can let me know about that. But it's been really good. I'm running it 120 frames. I don't even know. I don't think Warzone 2.0 is out right now, or 2 is out. I haven't seen it yet, but I only dabbled in multiplayer for like an hour or two, so I'm really gonna try to play it later or tomorrow. And yeah, but that campaign looks amazing, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know what's crazy, bro? We're just alike. My brother is a big Batman fan. He played all the Batmans. I played none of them. Like I have no interest at all. Now I'm
Yo,
just
look
like
what
you.
Lethal said.
I'm
Lethal said, "We here because a cowboy. You told us we're gonna be in trouble. That's funny. Good stuff, man. Good stuff."
here's the thing. I'm like you. I need my multiplayer. So now that this Gotham Knights have multiplayer, I have a little interest. I would never. I'm not a Batman fan, and this don't even have Batman in it. I'm more into superheroes that got more superpowers. Their powers are kind of like dumbed down. They don't have like they're like basic, they're like heroes, not superheroes. So I would never buy it, but I did put it on my GameFly list. So I will check it out and test. Just get to play it for myself. At least say I played it. And I also want to see, is the 30 frames going to bother me, right? Everybody has a big deal, but I'm curious if they did a good job and you don't notice it as much, or do you like, oh man, this I can't play this. So I need to see that for myself as well.
Yeah,
I'm
because
curious.
Cowboy, bro, when you're playing 60 frames or above for a long time, like 2 months, and you play a game in 30, you're gonna notice a difference. You're like, whoa, this is what it looked like. Holy no, I need that 60, man. Trust me, it will happen. Because when I play on monitors, like before 2019, I never really played on the gaming monitor. I was always like a TV guy, relaxing in a chair, playing my game, playing Call of Duty, playing whatever. And once I got into the gaming monitor setup kind of situation, I played that for like 2 years straight, and like in that way. And then I went back to the TV. It was like weird. It was the latency was there, and I'm not saying some TVs are great with low latency, but I don't think mine was. So I'm playing. I was like, ooh, oh man, I'm going back to my monitor. Like this is insane.
Mm.
So yeah, man, like gaming
I,
without limits, bro. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I still want you to play on PC, not to go ham and buy a whole bunch of PC stuff or
right,
like
right.
that, but once you
See
experience
the
that, you're gonna be
difference?
like, oh my god, this is crazy. I can't do this, yo. This is too much. We have to go back. But
Well, let me ask you this. So my PlayStation 5, right? You might be able to explain this more. I have a 2060 and
still
I got a
decent.
PlayStation 5. So
Still
isn't
decent.
the PlayStation 5 comparable to that? So unless I'm gonna get
It's
something
on
more
par with the
powerful,
yeah, it's definitely on par with the
yeah.
2060,
So
2070. You know what I mean? But you gotta remember this is PC, bro. PC's very optimized.
I got you.
PlayStation's optimized, but it's not, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be real, like you could do so much more with that little 2060 than probably we can with a PlayStation, dude. I'm gonna be
Okay,
real.
okay.
But at the same time, we got to put this in spectrum that you do have a laptop, right?
Yes.
So it's a mobile version of that graphics card. So it's almost probably the same. Now, can you play 1080p 120, 140, 150, whatever
Yeah,
your
mine's have
144? Yeah, of
144.
course.
Yep.
Yeah.
1080, 144.
PlayStation can't do that. So there's the benefit. You know what I mean? So let's say you get Game Pass for $1 again or whatever, and or whatever game you got for free on Steam or something like that, right? Try Fortnite. Fortnite's very optimized. You know what I mean? I bet you can play with that 2060. What do you got, a 1440p gaming laptop monitor,
Oh,
or
bro.
1080p?
So, well, my the laptop itself is 1080p,
Okay, so then
but
yeah, you could play
remember,
that, and yeah, you got 144, right?
yeah, 144
Okay, so you
1080p.
can play that 1080p ultra at 144. I guarantee you with 2060. Guarantee you.
I'm sure it got the RTX, so the
Plus they have the
RTX.
DL.
I made sure, yeah, like I made sure this laptop was like armed to the teeth when I got it. Um, as I didn't know much about laptops, so I made sure I just went all out.
He said the Steam.
Steam Tech greater than PS5.
Listen, Steam
Ah,
Deck looks great, but I'm not a mobile guy like that, and I hope whoever has it enjoys it. You know what I mean? Hey, man, enjoy your gaming experience wherever that is. But, you know what I mean? For me, I'm not gonna buy it. You know what I mean? It looks interesting, dude. It looks. I used to be a highly impulse buyer. Like it's a new technology, it's a new equipment, a new hardware, and I want it. I want to see it for myself. But now it's like I gotta calm down, and reality hits in. It's like I'm not gonna buy that. I don't need that. I really don't need it. I don't even play the Switch on mobile situation. I play it on, like in the dock. So, it's
gotcha.
docked in. I play it on my bigger monitor. So I don't really play mobile outside that situation. But So yeah,
But
your
the cool thing
gaming
is you have
laptop,
a Switch though.
huh?
Well, one thing I was gonna say, but the cool thing is you do have a Switch. So if you wanted to, like if you were gonna go somewhere, let's say on a plane, and you know you was gonna be
Then
sitting in the
yeah,
airport, and you're like, oh, I
absolutely.
got a layover. Then
Yeah,
yeah, I could see you
yeah,
taking your
I
Switch.
definitely do it
But
that way.
yeah,
But like yeah, ordinary day like right now, I'm not gonna game anywhere like
hmm
that. So like my daughter, she'll play like that. You know what I mean? She'll play Mario Kart and stuff like that.
hmm
She'll play it that way because you know they're used to the phones anyway. They're used to handheld stuff anyway. So you know me, I'm like I just dude, you know what it is. This is funny. This to me this is hilarious. But I can't play with my hands too far apart. Does that make sense? Because I'm used to like controllers, like being my hands
I hear you.
closer. But when they're apart, it's like my brain doesn't connect to my stuff like that, yo. It's like weird. I'm like I can't play good with
See,
my hands too far apart like that. It's weird.
I'll tell you my issue and what solved it for me. Even Doc watched my video and bought one. If you look at the Switch shapes kind of like, unless you got those handles, but the Switch shapes like if you just had a phone, right? Like the corners or just it's like it's a rectangle. And when you put them in your hand, when your thumb, especially your right thumb, trying to touch that analog or the bottom button, it cramps up. So for me, if I do anything handheld, it has to be like has a handle. Like controllers have a legit handle that sticks in your hand. And the Switch, the Razer Kishi, I mean, you go on and on, they don't. So that's why I bought this thing called the MGX Pro, because it actually shapes like a controller.
Yeah, see.
That makes sense.
So Steam Deck is more than PS5. So I will say this that you have more access to games probably, right, than PS5. So there it is. But I will say this that I love my PlayStation, man. Um, I love it. I like I'll always be a console guy. No matter what. I'm 38. I grew up on console, so to me having a console it is a must. Like I have this Series S. So I don't know why people like, dude. This really irked my gears too. Is that people like were bashing the Series S for being the Gotham Knights situation. I'm like, it ain't the Series S, man. It's the developers. I always say that. And you know what's ironic too, and I'm sorry to say this, I don't want to make it to a fanboy or console warring
Mhm.
thing like that. This is just statements right now. When I made the rebuttal against Doc on Jersey's Finest channel, I was being serious because to me, nobody brought this up that I knew of, that I seen, that I heard. I mean, maybe somebody did. I don't know. But I said it's the developers holding us back. It ain't casual gamers. It ain't hardcore gamers. It ain't Joe Lewis. It ain't him and it her. It's the developers, man. For optimization for these games. They made these systems to make it, especially the Series S, to handle 1080. I'm cool with 1080p 60 on the Series S. I don't care if it's 1080p, as long as it's 60 frames. If it's 60 frames, dude, we can talk all day. But if it's not, then nah, bro. Like I'm gonna leave that as a door freaking holder. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we ain't doing that. So that's what really irked my gears. And now everybody's saying, "Oh, the developers this." I'm like, well, it was the developers. You know what I mean? It was Warner Brothers. So let's get in there and let's have a conversation. But Series S
So
is a
that's
definite a little console that can, you know, it has some power there. It definitely, I mean, it's not as strong as Series X, obviously, but it has the power, man. So, you know, 30 frames.
that's a good point.
And then, like, you know, 30 frames is not bad. I'm not saying, you know, games are freaking terrible in 30 frames. No, what I'm saying is I'm me personally, I'm done with 30 frames. Unless it's games that I love personally, like Bloodborne or Zelda. You know what I mean? So there's my only limit to a 30 frame game. So that's it. Like I'm 38, man. You know how long I waited for 60 frames to be on console, especially cross-play? Man, listen, this is the new day and age.
No, that's a good point. I watched a video yesterday with a developer who was interviewed. I'm not sure if it's IGN or whatever that other channel is that similar inside whatever it is, right? And they had a developer. He said, "I'll make it clear. I'm only an indie dev, but I know that AAA developers they need more memory." He said that's the issue with
Oh yeah,
the Series S. The
definitely.
memory is lacking. He said, but he believed that they could have pulled it. They probably could pull it off, but he said that's what he hear in the developer, from all developers
I know
that
they only
the
have,
issue
yeah, they only have four
memory.
teraflops, I think, and 10 gig RAM. I think 10. If somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I think they only have 10 gig RAM, where you know the other guys have 16. So they have there's more wiggle room. I mean, you know, it has new architecture with CPUs and all that stuff. So you know, that could be a possibility, right? But my thing is like they can make it work with 1080p 60 at least, or 1440p 60. I think. Ray tracing, not really. I know that even on PS5, ray tracing like very demanding. We all know this. We're gamers, man. We all like we're always looking into this. So ray tracing is very demanding. Even on PC, it's very demanding. Even with the deep learning super sampler, like it's still helping, but it's still very demanding. So yeah, man, I totally understand, but being 30 frames, man, that's an issue for me personally. Like, no, I'm done with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and me personally, I guess there's a sacrifice, right? If you want to do so much in games, and I think you're right. It does come down to developer because I'll say this. Okay, I get if you're a developer for a specific platform, then you probably could pull off some amazing things because you know that platform better. So, for instance, do you think if Naughty Dog made Gotham Knights, they wouldn't be able to add a 60 frames mode? I'm sure they would. Do
Oh
you
yeah,
think if an Xbox Studio had it on the Series S, do you think they couldn't pull it off? They definitely would because they know it best. I think somebody said something good too. They said, "Listen, there's deadlines, and the publisher, not even the developer, sometimes the publisher
yeah,
might say, "Listen, we need it out at this time." And developers might be like, "Hey, we can't pull off 60 frames at that time frame to come out," and they're probably like, "Oh well." And so I wouldn't be shocked if I see a
yeah.
60 frame mode come later because we've seen that a bunch of times in gaming.
You're absolutely right, because you know that's gonna probably most likely gonna happen 100%. You got 30 frames down. I bet you the game's pretty cool. I bet you the Gotham Knights. I bet you it's a great game. You know what I mean? People say, "Oh, I don't like the gameplay. I don't like it. Looks a little weird." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's that kind of game. You know, it's that game. It's not every game. It's just that game in particular. That's the way
Yep.
the style is. So it is what it is. But again, 30 frames does not make or break the game. It's just the experience. I need a smoother experience in gaming now. You know what I mean? Like I
Well, you know,
said, like once you experience that, it's hard to go back. You know, it's just
yeah,
facts. You know what I mean?
yep. So you know why it's so cool you said that. So I was playing on Stadia, right? And whatever game they had that I was interested in, I played it. Didn't matter, right? It was because I felt that's all I had. So then when I start playing on PlayStation again, right? My favorite game. I was now I was playing the next gen version of the game. And so I was like checking out quality versus performance mode, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, when I put the 60 frames on, and you could do this also on Stadia, but again, this was the next gen version, right? And so it just looked better, and the 60 frames, I guess, it was just better. Plus, I got this monitor, so I will admit I did spend the money, guys. I spent $900. I got the Sony InZone monitor, so it this thing is armed to the teeth, right? It got the 2.1 HDMI, so if there ever comes out a game that could do 4K 120, it can handle it. But long story short, when I do performance versus quality, I'm like, damn, the frames does look good. So every time I play a game now on my PlayStation 5 jers, you know what I do? The first thing I do is look to see if there's a performance mode because I do want the frames. Now, if it's a game that don't have it and I really, really want that game, I'll just have to deal with it. But I wouldn't, for a game like Gotham Knights that I don't have interest for, yeah, that would be a make or break for me.
See,
Because it would. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and you know what really irks my gears when people say that, just because somebody's not a hardcore gamer or they haven't been playing for 20 odd years, that maybe their interest is like more to gaming now. They're opening their eyes up to gaming. See, I'm welcoming with any gamer. I don't care if they just started yesterday, today, 2 minutes ago. I would try to broaden the horizons of say, hey man, listen, this is what we got here, this is what we got there, and that's over there. So you pick and choose where you want to go. I welcome everybody, man. Like, like I hate when people say, oh, these guys are holding us back or those guys are not welcome here. Why are you guys talking about gaming? It's just it's just a whole lot of stuff going on, dude. It's like I had a Jersey's Finest is like me talking like, if we're at a bar having a few drinks and we're just talking like, just ripping stuff open. Chill gaming is always my professional, humble situation. So I have two sides, you know what I mean? Business sides who are, casual, freaking, we're chilling outside kind of thing, situation. So here I'm going to say this professionally is like, let's welcome everybody. Let's have the conversation because we are the gaming community, man. Regardless of where you're playing, I don't care if you're playing on Stadia. I don't care if you're playing on XCloud. I don't care if you're playing on Nintendo. Still, we're gamers. We deserve to have a conversation and talk about when things go wrong. You know what I mean? So if let's say, even though you had no interest in Gotham Knights, you have the right to discuss that situation because that can happen to any game, even especially a game that you're waiting for, right? So, like, I was looking forward to Scorn, and I will say publicly that I should give it another shot. 10 minutes is not doable. Well, I just got in there. I figured something out. I was like, dude, this is like what this is was I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, but to be fair to you, you know yourself as a gamer, and that 10 minutes might have told you that this isn't my type of game. Like it's literally just a puzzle game, and they did market it as like a survival action horror
Yeah,
game.
so that's why I was like,
Bro, it's not. Yeah, you play for
remember
hours
Mist?
before you get a weapon.
Do you
Yeah,
remember that old
yep,
game Mist
yep,
from way
yes,
back?
sir.
I loved that
Yes,
back in the
sir.
day. So when people say, "Oh, you're just not," like not you, but other people are like, "Yeah, but you probably don't like." I'm like, listen, I grew up with these games, so don't when people say, "George, you didn't know it was a puzzle game," it wasn't marketed like that.
It wasn't.
You
It
know,
wasn't.
I took it like you said, a survival horror, dark hell, dude. That would have been phenomenal. Imagine Resident Evil Village, but in scoring way, like you know what I mean, without telling us where to go. That was crazy. Like if you look at the game, it's creepy looking. It's creepy. Like I seen a little picture on the Series S when I was about to like download it again. I'm like, look at this picture. This thing is creepy. Imagine walking in the dark. You see that big, weird looking alien face, or like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. So that to me. Man, I was just upset. I was like, man, my God. Like, I play a lot of puzzle games on my phone sometimes. Like, I want to get involved. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We have to accept what it is. And my boy said he played it and beat it. He liked it. He enjoyed it. So I'm going to take whoever played it and enjoyed it. I'm going to take all that with a grain of salt. And I'm going to say, you know what? It was okay. You know what I mean? So if it's bad to me, I'm going to say it's bad. If it's okay, I'm going to say it's okay. So I gave it another shot. It is what it is. But I think I still need to do a little bit more, and get involved with it. I don't think 10 minutes, because I can play any game or see any game for 10 minutes and say, yo, I'm going to be into this game. That's just me. I know who I am. Like you said, I know what kind of gamer I am. Like, for example, if I seen God of War Ragnarok, it looked good, but I know it's not my cup of tea game. So it is what it is. And I know, like, you're waiting for it. My friends are waiting for Ragnarok. So, it is what it is.
Man, Jared, I took the day off.
I
I
took the day off. He goes, "Oh man, put my
I'll be
feet up."
streaming all day. But my main reason, though, once I beat that game, I'll probably never play it again. It's just that I'm so invested in the story. I took the day off because and I would have game flied it, trust me. But I can't have the story ruined because the story was so good when it ended.
No, listen,
I would be
that's your
so
game though.
mad.
Like this, is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like, don't buy every freaking game. That's
Oh,
crazy.
nope.
But
Nope.
buy the games you love. You know what I mean? You know you will love to enjoy. I'm gonna be real, man. Like, even though some single players in the aspect of one and dones, right? They're one and done. Like we already seen the story. I played it. But me, and I'm probably you too, that maybe I don't know. You always say that you don't like to go back to games, but I will say this: that me sometimes, like let's say Red Dead Redemption 2, I might want to go back and play that game one day, or I might go back and play like what's the other game, like Resident Evil Village. That's just me. You know what I mean? Sometimes I forget what happens. I don't want to be like involved again, but yeah, like
refresh yourself.
it's not really one and done. It's really just as long as the lines of like, hey man, I experienced that. It's cool. I might go hit it up again on harder, or try to get every trophy, or try to do a reason for playing again. Or maybe you just want to play it again. Maybe you forgot what happens. Like The Witcher 3. I finally beat that after I played it strongly for like 2 months, gave it like 2 years break, went back, beat it, played it over again. I was like, yo, this game is phenomenal. So, and my buddy still hasn't beat that game. So he said that's one of his go-to games. He's gonna put a goal down. He wrote down a list. I'm gonna beat this game, that game, this game. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's certain games like I beat The Last of Us like 3 times. The very first time it came out, I guess they did I think they remastered it and then they brought it out for the PlayStation 4. Somehow I beat it 3. Maybe it was only 2 times I beat it then. But I will play and beat it again. But it's not on my top list. The new one. I would love to see graphically how good it looks, but it's the same game. You know what I mean? So
you like that monitor you have for the PlayStation one.
Mhm.
If they had that in 32 inches, 34 inches, I would buy that.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But it's like I already have a 27 inch, so I know how big it is, and I have this big 34 ultra wide 1440p one, but it's not 2.1 capable. So I'm like, damn it. This is what really irks my gears too, is that why is the PlayStation, I don't know about Xbox Series X. I don't have one, but I will say that PC, man, even on a 2.0 DisplayPort or HDMI, we can play 1080p 120. We can play 1080p 160. why is it that we are restricted in that regard? Why can't we play 1080p at least 120? Why don't we have that option for PS5? That's what irks me.
Well,
You know what I mean?
well, they got a cut. So I had looked it up. I looked up because I wanted to see something in 120, and they do have Destiny, so you can play Destiny only Crucible. Like when you look at when you go to
Yeah,
do it,
it's
like
120. Yeah. But
yeah.
why can't we have an option to go to the settings on Sony? Hey guys, and then all it is, Cowboy, is a firmware update. That's all it is. It's capable. 2.0s are really capable of doing this, even a high bandwidth one. So yeah, you got Destiny and you got Call of Duties.
Oh, I see what you're saying,
120.
the 2.0, not 2.1. I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
2.0. But I'm saying like we're not. I'm saying if you want that 4K experience, obviously you got to get 2.1. So you know people need to realize that. But I'm saying even though 2.1s are backwards compatible, but even then, why don't we have a 1080p 120 option from Sony right off their settings rip? Like why can't we just go like, you know what? I got a 1080p monitor. Let me go in there and change 1080p 120.
How long you think it's gonna take?
But
Like, so this the console's only been out for what, going on 3 years.
well,
Do
2
you
years
think
now. But
eventually, like
it's only
2
been
years?
2 years.
Okay, so it'll be 2 years in November, right?
Yep.
Okay, so how long do you think it's gonna? Because eventually, like these developers are gonna start to, really get good at cracking this system open and do great things. Like with every generation, the end of the generation, you're like, wow, look at the game. Like
Yeah.
remember Last of Us Part One on the PlayStation 3 was stunning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think we're gonna wait another 1, 2, 3 years to get games to start being what you kind of want them to be? What's your thoughts? Or do you think this is it? The games aren't gonna look better than they look now. What's your thoughts?
That's the key. How far can we go? I'm gonna be real. Like in 10 years, you're gonna see these games like, damn, this game looks old, and that's facts. That will happen.
But I'm just saying with the PlayStation 5 and Series X, not PC.
Oh,
But what
okay.
I'm
So this is
asking
what we're
you
talking
is,
about.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think they will look better. Like Horizon Forbidden West, that game's gorgeous, right? 3 years from now, you're gonna look at it like, damn, that's an older looking game.
right,
That's
right.
it's just technology, man. Just the shaders, the technology, the lighting. To me, the lighting is phenomenal right now. I can see it right now. So imagine that, right? You see this game now. It's beautiful, right? It's cinematics, beautiful. 3 years from now, maybe a PS5 Pro, right? They're gonna come out with one, right? And say, it's double the power. And so now it's 8K 30, right? And maybe 8K performance mode, whatever. It's gonna happen regardless. So now you have 8K, not 4K now. It's 8K now looks even twice as better.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's gonna be way more detailed. The Unreal Engine 5 is getting tweaked and optimized every day. So just imagine that. You know what I mean? Even though these guys have their own engine, whatever. I'm just saying. But just imagine that. Now the new Call of Duty, I'm sure you guys played it. The very first mission, you see the rocky environment. I was blown away. I was like, oh crap, this looks like the tech demo that they showed off. Close to it, at least. So yeah, the technology with gaming is just gonna get better. Now, is it gonna look like 10 times better? Not really. I will say at least 2 or 3 times better, 4 times better. Are people gonna notice it? Probably. Some people probably not. They probably don't look at stuff like that. But I will notice it. I'll tell you that right now. I would definitely notice it.
So I've been hearing that they said the most realistic looking game coming out is Callisto Protocol. There's a bunch of developers and people saying, man, the characters in that game looks really good. Are you interested in that game? Because I know a lot of people are looking
I
forward
got
to
my
that.
eyes on it. My buddy's definitely into it. I'm gonna look more into, because here's the thing, man. What I learned
Hmm.
is that when I watch games and I watch trailers and I don't want to spoil myself anymore, so I just leave it alone. But I do kind of like peek at it, see what's going on, read about it a little bit, see what's going down
Yeah.
with it. But I have my eyes open on it. I will say that, and I hope, like I said, I hope it reaches expectations. I hope it gives us a great experience, right? Because this is
Yeah.
what I learned for the past years, that even years and years, is that for Anthem, let's go back to Anthem. When I
Hmm.
first seen a trailer, and I'm not talking about cinematics, I'm talking about gameplay. Like when they showed that, I'm like, even though it was freaking crappy as PC, like wannabe crazy graphical things going on, but I seen it and I was like, you know what? This is the game. This is the game I was waiting for, with co-op, open world, flying around, building
Hmm.
your whatever. And then when it came out, it failed. Not that every game does this, but I learned from experiences that you know what, I'm gonna lower my expectations, but hopeful. I'm very hopeful for it.
Yeah.
So when Callisto Protocol comes out, I hope it gives us that great experience, and I hope it looks just as beautiful as you're explaining it. Because if it is, then this is gonna keep raising the bar. You know what I mean? It's just gonna keep raising it up, keep raising. And it's not a Last of Us game or God of War now. It's a
Right.
different kind of
So
game. So
I'm always not fearful, bad word, but I'm always I like you. I got my eye extra open when it's a new IP, right? Yes, the guy who produced it or whatever produced Dead Space, and it looks very similar, right? They could have called this Dead Space 4, right, and got away with it.
yeah,
But it's a new IP, so I have to temper my expectations because they could drop the ball. Now, when it's something that already, like God of War, people are like, yeah, but it's God of War. I say, but that's a good thing for me because the last one I liked, I can't picture this one is not gonna be too crazy away from the last. Like I know what I'm getting, right? But something new like Callisto Protocol is like, and that's why it's on my GameFly list. So I would not be paying
you know
for it.
what? I always busted your chops for GameFly, right? I was like, Cowboy, come on, boy, just get the game. But I understand now. I totally get it now, man. It's like, you know what? I used to GameFly too back in the day. I remember the last game I GameFlyed. I told you this a long time ago that it was Darksiders 2. And
Okay.
yeah, I didn't beat the game then, but you know, I did play it and I enjoyed it. But I was like, you know, I'm done with that. I just want to buy the games now. It's like now looking forward, I'm like, wait a minute, man. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold
Like,
on.
hold
Is
up, man.
there?
These games,
Yeah.
they
So
be lying on you, lying to you, man. You be getting these games like, what is this?
so now what I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna start game flying some games now, right? Jersey's gonna game fly games. Yeah.
What? Did we just hear that?
Yeah, I know, right? You heard it here. So definitely some games because I have bought Horizon Forbidden West. I only played 2 hours of it since it came out. I'm waiting for a good time to get into the game because right now I got Call of Duty. I bought Madden. You know what I mean? Like Madden 23 looks. They changed it up a little bit, and I looked forward to it. The last one I bought was in 2019, so I gave it a few years break. I said, you know what? Let me step away until they really tweak out these damn engines and graphic stuff. So let me just step away. I've got 2023, and I was like, you know what? I'm buying this game. I'm like, you know, I'm buying Madden 23. It looks great because you know whatchamacallit died. That's messed up. But so I looked at that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start GameFly. I think Cowboy. People making fun of him for this, but you
They do
know,
all the time, but
yeah, it's like
hey,
dude, I don't know
stand my
what the ego
ground.
is like. Ego trips with people buying games. People want to buy so many games. Yo, good for you, bro. Enjoy them.
No,
It's cool. I buy games too, but now I'm starting to realize like I can't keep buying every freaking game that I see and comes out. Like I can't do that no more. I really can't do that. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a cowboy now. I'm gonna start game flying some games, enjoying them, bringing them back. I'm like, yeah, I played that, man. It's good. I'm moving on. Now I will buy games that I'm gonna continue playing, like Call of Duties or
right,
something like that. Something
right,
like a
right,
co-op
right.
game. If there's a co-op open world game, bro, I'm buying it. GTA 5 or 6 rather, when it comes out, I'm buying that. You know what I mean?
Buying it. Yes.
So yeah, so Elden
So,
Ring,
and
I would buy that. I'm buying that. You know what I'm saying? But like Callisto
that's what
Protocol, I might gamefly that. Honestly, I might gamefly that. I mean, I might love
yes.
it. That's the problem. Like, you know what? Damn, I play it, but I love it. I'm gonna buy it.
Then
So
you buy it. Yeah. See, that's why I was always trying to tell people. People took me saying GameFly as if I was saying don't buy games. No, I even said it. I just use it for games I know I'm not going to buy, and then it might surprise me, and then I buy it. So that's the thing. It's like there's games like I wouldn't GameFly Marvel Avengers because that's my favorite game, right? So nowhere would I GameFly. But will I GameFly Batman Arkham Knight or whatever the name is? Yeah, obviously because I just want to check it out. Not a Batman fan. Will I GameFly Police Protocol? It looks amazing, but it's a new IP. I don't know. I might get in and I like it. So that's all I was always trying to say. And people, I think they took it as I was telling them, oh, now here's what I don't get is the people who like Doc, right? He primarily likes to use subscription services rather buying games. Those people that had a problem with GameFly, I feel like, dude, you're kind of doing the same thing though. That I never got. But anyway, I don't even want to turn this into people against GameFly. But it is what it is. I stand my ground. I know what I like. Been doing it since 2008, so I'm gonna continue to do it. But anyway,
yeah, so we're going on 45 minutes here. We're not gonna. This wasn't a long show. This was just like a recap what's been going on. So I was obviously been keeping my eyes on you and everybody else and watching content, man. I see you gained a lot of subs. I seen you gained a lot of viewership. I see that you're doing great things over there. You switch up your content a little bit. That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to revamp my stuff, trying to come back strong already. But this is my third video like in 2 days. I'm not gonna make crazy content. I'm not gonna be the king of content like you, but I will say I'm gonna try my hardest and my best to keep consistently putting out content, because guys, like I said, I started my new job. I've been working very hard. Every day I come home, I'm very tired. I just want to relax. I don't even want to do. I don't want to play a game. Like I just want to go to sleep. That's how hard I've been working. So now I'm gonna come back and try to bring out a little schedule. Definitely gonna hit up. You know, I'm gonna watch your content. I'm gonna try to get a new video out. Probably, let's say, maybe not tomorrow, but definitely by Monday or Tuesday. Put out a new video. I'm gonna watch your shows this week. Definitely try to keep up with that. And yeah, man, you got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to say to you, man, I think your bread and butter, like your video you put out today and yesterday, first of all, your just want to give you credit, man. Your voice and your pauses and your like you sound like a seasoned guy on the microphone. And obviously you got a great mic, so your voice is so crystal clear. The way you speak, the words you say, I think that's your bread and butter. So I think if you could, even if you could put out like a less than 10-minute video, right? Every 2 days, right? I think that'd be your bread and butter, or maybe every 3 days. At least don't let more than 3 days go by. I think your channel, because yeah, you got a new job, you've been busy, but bro, you could just and the chill game is perfect. You're not doing fanboy stuff.
No.
If you just cover a topic and just like today, narrate it, talk through it. You know, you got just something playing in the background. I think me personally, I think that is like a great thing for you. And obviously you're a good host too, but I know live streaming might be more sporadic or hard for you because it's a longer thing.
Yeah.
But with those pre-made videos, man, I would love to just, oh, you put out a new video. Oh, let me check out Chill's new video, you know? I think and that way you don't have to do it a lot, you know, like a live stream or whatever. But and every now and then the live stream be like, oh, if you want more, now I'm gonna put out a live stream. I think that'd be cool for you. As
People
you're
want me
getting
to
back
play
into it.
Call of Duty, live stream it, but I'm just waiting
That'd be
for a
cool.
few of my friends to come on so we can group up and, you know, get involved with it for a couple hours. You know what I mean? I don't I hate to stream and play by myself unless I'm playing a game that I really want to play by myself. Yeah, I'll stream it up, but Call of Duty is Call of Duty. You got to play with your buddies. You got to get involved with it, man, because it's just more. It just makes it more fun and experience for everybody, especially who's watching. But yeah, man, exactly. I'm gonna come out with more videos. Definitely, working on crazier looking thumbnails and stuff like that. I got a few things I want to touch on this week that it has to be out there. But yeah, like you said, man, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep pushing. I mean, if I'm tired, I'm just gonna get my thoughts ready. Just create some bullet points and just talk about a quick 8-10 minute video and just get it out there, man. Just speak your mind. And like today, I made the Game Pass today, right? I really made it for newcomers to Xbox, like me. I was never on Xbox like that years and years ago. I dabbled in when people, you know, I played it here and there. Never really had the console for myself. I just bought one in 2018 One X, and then I finally got the Series S and I got the PC. So, the video was about Game Pass. Is it worth it? Yeah, it has a game for everybody. Like I like Gears 5. I like the Gears of War stuff. I like the Forzas. I like the Halos. Didn't like Record too much. Played the Ori Will the Wisp. You know, it's cool. You know what I mean? So there's a game for everybody. You know what I mean? For $10 to $15, you can't lose. Even PlayStation Plus, I'm doing that next. You know, PlayStation's, you know, day one stuff. They're not going to release day one stuff. Maybe rarely when some other game comes out, they put on day one stuff, but not the top tier stuff. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But PlayStation has games, Xbox has games, xCloud. You know, we got PS Now, or PS Plus that came into PS Now with cloud stuff. But yeah, so I love the features on PS5. They're doing good things. They're adding things. I can't wait for Discord to come to PlayStation so we can, you know, we can cross play and record everything. And dude, it's gonna be a great time over there. But I just want to say to Cowboy, man, thanks a lot for coming on, man. You've been great help this weekend, helping me out. Everybody watching, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been really, really, thank you. It's been a while, but I'm gonna try, guys. I'm really gonna keep trying to keep up with this live stuff and videos. Like Cowboy said, you know, it's hard work to push out, you know, edited content, but I'm gonna try my best to keep going, man. So, Cowboy, again, I just want to thank you for coming on today, man. Seriously, it means a lot.
Oh yeah, man, you're welcome, man. I'm just glad we formed a good friendship and we're still cool all these years later. And I thank you for having me on. I love chatting with you about games, man. I'll
All right.
do it all day.
All right, when's your next show? Monday?
Yeah, I doing a special Halloween show on Monday. I'm be all dressed up. That's what I love to do. I'll be playing some Friday the 13th. So guys, check me out. I do 4 live streams a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and then I put out random daily content. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun on Monday.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna tune in because I get off at 5:30 now, so I'll come home by that. So I'll eat. I'll definitely catch your show. I'll probably be a little late on it, but I'll definitely catch in.
Thank you.
Hell yeah! All right, guys. Until then, this is Chill Gaming. As always, stay chill and have a game. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.